The news has come in. Aaron Rodgers has torn his Achilles. Dan Le Batard, Greg Cody, Stugotz, what are your thoughts?
Now that we're on the DraftKings network with a side of Roku, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Aaron Rodgers, in the most calamitous and funniest way possible, has torn his Achilles. The Jet season is over. 3 plays in, 1 pass in, 1 career attempt, 0 yards. That is the career of Aaron Rodgers. As the foremost authority in our land, you and Mike Greenberg, where people want to go laugh, it is the greatest of sports delicacies, the greatest profit center. How can I laugh at somebody else's fan base because they're in pain?
It's sad, Greeny.
You know what's interesting, though? I have found that people actually feel bad for the Jets, for Aaron Rodgers, and Jet fans. I have found that over, I guess, the last 18 hours or so.
Thank you, Stugotz. And what I would say to you, there is a photo of Dominic Foxworth at Mike Greenberg.
Just laughing at Greeny.
Greenberg's
so
house.
Great. Yeah.
What I will say to you, and I need to say it clearly because this does not happen that often in the history of sports, where football behind the American flag on a Monday night gives you, Stugotz, McAfee's in the football game, $17 million a year. Peyton Manning and his brother are doing a simulcast. We're all gathered around the television
again, huh?
to watch these football games. And last night, you get right at the start something that has nothing to do with football. Do you know how hard it is, Stugotz, on a Monday night for the football after to not matter at all? The story happened in the first minute of the there did not matter, but people don't
You're wrong. That's the amazing thing of the evening, Dan. When that happened to Aaron Rodgers, I said to myself, I was crushed. I didn't move. I stayed there. I sat on my couch for an hour without moving. I finally called my daughter, tried to get her to rally the fans there for Zach Wilson.
Do you guys believe this?
No. Oh, I did. I mean,
do.
my daughter's texting me nonstop. I saw
do.
video of her there.
Yeah, I follow Stugotz's daughter on Instagram, and I was always on top of the stories because a part of me thought Stugotz was trying to get out of here early so he could hop on a bird, go watch the game at MetLife, and fly back while hiding it from us.
Yesterday?
Glad I didn't do that. I mean,
I'm sure he considered it, and I'm sure he considered telling his daughter no videos of me.
But Dan, you are wrong because in that moment, I thought to myself, there is no way this evening is going to end with any sort of feel good. And it did. It ended with a great story. Right. It ended with a great victory.
Yes, it did. But Stugotz, honestly, buddy.
And we have options at quarterback.
Wait, I have one curiosity, though. Your wife was in New York for the game with your daughter.
Yeah.
And your wife has banned a lot of your Jet friends from coming over to the house.
Just Mikey T.
Yeah. Well, was the ban lifted for this game with Abby out of town?
Mikey T did not come over last night. No.
You had a similar sad watching experience, like a group watch?
No, it was just me and Finney.
Oh, that's even sad.
Yeah, it was sad.
Holy crap, is that sad?
And a joint, of course.
Oh, okay.
The sad joint, the rare.
Yeah. Yeah, but inside, it was great.
This is
it's gone for the weekend.
This is why I said I would have paid as a media company if Stugotz were thinking as a businessman instead of just trying to steal things.
What?
I would have paid a substantive amount of money for Stugotz to capitalize on the sports moment of the sports moments where people want my genuine thoughts. Dominic Foxworth is seen behind a crushed Mike Greenberg. It has exploded. People want to hear from Stugotz. He's sad hiding in his house, smoking a joint, knowing that inside the house that the internet is laughing at him. But today, on DraftKings Network with a side of Roku, people want to hear how Stugotz really feels. Not like, get me this quarterback. Not like, did you hurt? Did it hurt? Like, yes, the feel-good story in the short term. You know your season stopped mattering last night.
Dan, no, it did not stop mattering. They're 1-0. Zach Wilson was good enough. Just don't lose the game, okay? That's all you have to do is go out there and not lose the game. How did I feel? I felt miserable. I was high, but I felt miserable, Dan. I felt lousy, but for some reason, I was not surprised because when you're a Jet fan, I have told you this now for 20 years, we are a tortured fan base, and you expect the worst, and the worst usually happens. And it happened last night on national TV with the entire world laughing at me, at the fan base, and at the Jets organization. And maybe to some extent we deserve that because this organization has been a laughingstock for 40 years. I have been a fan of this team for 40 years. And these are the types of things that happen to our team. And so when I tell you, I'm surprised that Aaron Rodgers made it to opening night because he didn't get injured in some freak accident during training camp, I'm being serious. I'm not doing it to get any sort of reaction. These are the things that happen to the Jets, okay? Our best coach, I have said this a million times, should have been Bill Belichick. It wasn't. It was Rex Ryan. Our best coach, since I've been a fan of the Jets, had a foot fetish. Our best quarterback should have been Dan Marino. It wasn't. Maybe it was Ken O'Brien. Maybe it was Chad Pennington. Maybe it was the 8 or 9 games of Brett Favre, who also got injured when the Jets were in first place that season. These are the things that happen to the Jets. These are the things that happen to their fans. And so I want to tell you that I'm numb to it because I am. I am numb to it.
Well, you're high.
Well, I was high, too.
That's why you were numb?
But, Dan, I expected the worst, and you know what I got?
Worse than
I got
that.
the worst.
You got
Well,
worse
actually,
than that.
I got the worst.
If you expected the worst, then there's no way you expected to beat Josh Allen with Zach Wilson, and you found a way to do that.
That was a happy surprise, Mike.
When I was a long-suffering Browns fan, no longer, I always took exception to, no, you guys aren't more cursed than us. But now that I've separated the emotion from it and I'm no longer a Browns fan, they haven't had many seasons of expectation. And usually those expectations come with a quarterback that they've actually seen it on the field. Vinny Testaverde, the season after they go to the AFC Championship game, torn Achilles. Chad Pennington, the best quarterback they had after fumbling their way through it. They finally feel like they have a quarterback, Achilles injury. And now, for the third time, a season with great expectations and a quarterback you can trust who's a veteran, who's seen it, Achilles injury.
Mm-hmm. We're the team that produced the butt fumble. I mean, that's who we are. We're that team. Like, I know other teams and fan bases think they have it bad. No. No one has it worse than Jet fans. I am sorry. I don't want to hear from Lion fans today. I don't want to hear from any other fan base. There is no fan base in the history of sports that has it worse than the Jet fan base.
All right.
Absolutely brutal.
Stugotz, let's do this here then finally, please, to conclude this segment that is Jetserific because...
1-0, though.
1-0, yes. Mike, please get the sound after the butt fumble of all of those Jets fans that were behind the tunnel screaming at a backup Tim Tebow because Mark Sanchez had run into the butt of one of his offensive linemen and fumbled. This is what the Jets are after one of their greatest teams ever with Rex Ryan.
Tebow, I want you in the second half. I want you to know. Tebow, save us. Tebow, save us. Sanchez, you piece of You suck, Sanchez.
They're right. I don't blame them. I mean, we do suck. We're a lousy organization.
My point is, though,
Dan, we take Zach Wilson. We take Sam Darnold. We reach for Favre and Rodgers at the end of their careers when they could get injured. Why? Because we can never get the quarterback position right.
It doesn't help, and it's lewd behavior. But, boy, in that moment, does calling someone a piece of really help?
It does.
Yeah. Sanchez, you piece of I feel better already.
I call Rodgers a piece of
Bomb!
No.
It wasn't about his character.
It was in the moment,
Come
right? Not about his character. Dan, I was high.
on.
I mean,
Come on. I thought it made
indoors.
you calmer, nicer.
Bomb!
Let's continue here, please, because I can't believe what's happening around here with the amount of coughing that Greg Cody is doing while saying his wife is trying to make him overdose. And also, I have gotten some bad promises the last couple of days. Chris Cody came in yesterday saying, I've got a lot of stuff on the Dolphins.
And I gave it to you.
No, it was not any good. None of it.
I'm telling you, Fangs is coming down.
He never said good stuff. He said a lot of stuff.
Just that stuff. You're right, Billy.
Tony came in looking fresh and different from Europe with 3 weeks worth of takes, and there hasn't been room on the show because today is the rare day where Stugotz has come in and he's got stuff. He's got a top 5 list on top 5 guys it better not be his next quarterback.
Yep, I have that.
He's got top 5 guys
Who might be the next quarterback.
that might be the next quarterback. He's got top 5 happiest people last night when Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got top 1 person most upset because Aaron Rodgers is hurt. Yeah. This is the most work that Stugotz has done at the company in 2 years.
Well, thank you.
He has material he has written for himself. Top 5 list. Billy, why are you?
It's also not work. He wrote down 16 names on a piece of paper.
It's the hardest
That's
he's
work,
It's
Billy.
the
Yeah,
hardest
for me.
he has worked
Yeah.
in 2 years.
A lot of thought went
Pen
into
to
those.
paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is so it's unfortunate because Tony, I had a whole show planned around you today.
Really?
And then Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, because you were returning from Europe. Look at you. You look
I
nice.
know, trust me, I know.
Wait, we got to get to your top 5 observations. Like, you've got football observations, but Aaron Rodgers has dominated everything because how often is it that an entire football community, at the end of the first week of football, we all get to sit around and both be sad and laugh? Like, oh, that stinks that happened. But also,
But say it while smiling.
but like all of us can sit around and be mean on the internet and be like, well, I mean, that's kind of amazing just as a story, right? That Monday Night Football would then go on for the next 2 hours after that, but all that mattered had happened right at the beginning of the season.
I want to make a confession because I watch every football game as a writer as if I'm covering the game. And I was thinking to myself when Aaron Rodgers went down, what an ideal situation. If there's something I'm going to write about, let it, especially on deadline, let it happen right at the beginning of the game. Nothing was going to happen in that game more important than Aaron Rodgers has injured one pass into his Jets career. That's it.
So
Perfect.
the deadline writers were the happiest.
Oh,
Is that
oh
who
my
Good timing.
Stugotz is?
Good
Is that
timing.
Stugotz's list?
They were doing cartwheels in the press box, I guarantee you.
I doubt that.
Literally, they were doing handsprings and cartwheels. I saw the video.
Well, Chris, this is what
The
you need.
Jet beat writers were doing that.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
This
Rich Samini.
They don't want the video out, believe me.
This is what I love, Chris, about your father's general narcissism. He looks at every sporting event through the eyes of, how would I feel right now if I wanted my job to be made easiest tonight?
Thank you.
Everything he views in sports through
Right.
his perch as Lord Cody.
I'm man enough to admit it.
So that Tua concussion was a little late for you last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You need it early in the game.
Yeah. First minute.
Okay, so that's the other part. How often is it that a football game how often does this happen on Monday Night Football? This is kind of one of the things that they whitewashed yesterday with that American flag. The Damar Hamlin thing, never mind about that. We'll move on. Here's an injury you could rally around. Why? Because the game's over, but the rest of you can laugh for 3 hours at just holy. Can you believe what happened to the Jets? Like Peyton Manning is stupefied. He's looking, he's like, you gotta be me.
But it wasn't about Aaron. It was about the play of Zach Wilson.
No, it wasn't. That's the thing. The wonder of what you saw last night is the football machine churned to life. Is that the funniest story, the most amazing story, the most apocalyptic story? You could go sad too.
Josh Allen. Huh?
I did see a clip that made me laugh of Peyton Manning on the Manning cast. He's like, guys, if he's really out for this game, I've got nothing. I watched cows and film. I didn't even know Zach Wilson was still on the team.
Eli's like, they drafted him last year, Peyton.
Omaha Productions worth $400 million. So good. It really is because what he prepared. Do you understand? I really am fascinated by the business of what's happening. The Kelsey's got a monster podcast. Of course, Peyton Manning's looking at like, hey, if McAfee can do it, I can make so much more. Just put me and my brother on from our basement.
I'm Peyton Manning.
I'm not a punter. Like, I'm kind of great American royalty at this position. You
Is
want
he
him-
doing bits now?
Oh, he's funny. Oh,
I
my
think,
God.
I think that was a bit last night. I'm pretty sure he knew Zach Wilson was on the team, but he was doing a whole thing. I'm like, wow, he's doing bits now.
He did prepare, though. He over-prepares. My point was going to be, of course, him and Brady and all these guys are going to be also competing for the content dollars. Like, of course they are.
Right.
And Peyton Manning was watching
With
last
Brady,
night.
you mean after he's the Jets quarterback for
That's
a year
right.
or two, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, we got to get to that. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Which list do you want to go to first?
Top 5 guys who might be the next Jets quarterback.
This is very exciting. Mike, can you put underneath this the Jets howling of their fans underneath it, and then also give the fanfare so that's the musical accompaniment to these top 5 lists? Thank you. Go ahead, Stugotz.
I have 4 guys outside looking in, by the way.
Oh,
Dan.
wow, 4 OLIs.
Yeah.
I love
See,
this.
This is the hardest that he has worked in years. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding you. It's not
20 names, yeah.
Well, 9 names, but 9.
Well, with the other list.
20 would be too much.
Yeah.
Come on. Number 9, Joe Flacco.
better not be.
He might be, and he better not be.
Better not be.
Yes.
We're not bringing him back. Number 8.
The Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
He should be on the list of people you kind of want.
I do. I want him. I take him.
But what do you mean better not be?
These are 9 people that might be the next Jets quarterback. It doesn't mean I want all 9 of them.
But he's on the Panthers.
I don't care. Trade for him. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
I'm genuinely confused because this seems like people that you wouldn't mind that might present upgrades.
I would mind if Joe Flacco was the quarterback of the Jets. Yeah.
Okay,
thrown.
This list is all over the
the
place.
most work he's
Which
done
one is
in
this
2
one, though?
years.
This is 9 guys that might be the next Jets quarterback. It doesn't mean I want them to be the
Okay.
next
But
Jets
You
quarterback.
said it's
But I thought
better
it would
not
be better
be.
not.
All right, let's do the 8 guys that I want to be the next Jets quarterback.
All right, so Andy
Andy
Dalton's
Dalton's
just
number
on
8.
an island.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
what are you, Greg? What are you laughing at?
I'm trying to figure out this list.
It's confusing. Just stay
All
with
right,
me.
no.
Number
Some more
7.
Wait, Stugotz. Chris, what are you laughing at?
It's just he's just naming quarterbacks.
Number
It's like,
7
it
on the
could
top.
end up,
I put
it
pen
could-
to paper.
Any quarterback
It
could
is
end
the
up being one of
most
yours.
work he's done in 2 years here.
These are logical choices.
Just to be
though,
clear,
okay?
this is number 7 on the top 5.
This is number 7
It was-
on the top
it was
5
a-
of guys who I would like to be the next Jets quarterback.
All right,
Wait, you just
I'm
changed
pretty
it.
damn sure you said the exact opposite to set this one up.
I
don't know
did.
what's
I
going
did.
on
I
anymore.
did.
Listen, well,
I
you
got
guys,
a lot of pieces of paper
So
here. A
what
lot of
is
things written
Flacco?
down.
Mike,
Were you high when you made this
Mike,
list?
let me explain something to you.
Inside.
Mike, coming in today, I'm going to let people look behind the curtain. I'm like, Stugotz, big day for
Andy
you.
Dalton.
Big day for you. Stugotz, Jets fans don't get
Thank
to
you, Mike.
they don't get to have the stage to themselves very many days.
Jameis Winston.
Everyone wants to hear from you, Stugotz. Bring your A game.
Yeah, well, I did.
Number
Jameis Winston.
6.
Yeah.
That'd be electric.
Winston was 7. Number 6, Matt Ryan. Matty Ice. It's in the booth.
Better not be.
No, I'd be good with Matt Ryan.
Oh, my God. All right,
Number
so
5.
We've changed the list, so this is people that you're fine with.
Yeah, we changed the list.
Okay.
On the fly, yeah, we did.
But
Yeah. It was a top 9. I made it a top 8. I don't want Flacco. The other 8 I'd be fine with. That's it, Dan.
Welcome to my hell.
Follow along. Yeah.
Billy, let's talk about this for a second.
Let's
Phillip
not.
Rivers.
Let's talk about this.
He could have been in a Super Bowl
I want him.
if the Niners got in.
I want him. And he wants to play. I do. I want him. Andrew Luck.
Yeah. You piece of Andrew Luck's never coming back.
Well, for this team, he might.
But
When-
you'd
when
love
you
to
put
have
this-
Andrew Luck.
When you put this is someone who better not be.
This is someone who I would love to be the next Jets quarterback. Andrew Luck.
It would be my esteemed honor. Of course, I've been busy since June. But package deal. It's got to be me and Jack Doyle.
Number 3, Colin Kaepernick.
So you do want him or you don't want him?
I do want him, yeah,
That better not be.
desperately. Number 2, Tom Brady.
I don't know what this list is.
I hate this list.
He's number 2?
Yeah, number 1, Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
So you did, Billy. You were right to call out the fraud at the very beginning. He didn't do the most work he's done in 2 years. He just wrote down a bunch of quarterbacks and remembered names because he's fried from smoking too much and sick.
Inside.
Mike, you just came in today. Mike, you came in today and said
Top
Stugotz,
7 who better not be the next Jets quarterback.
We're not doing this
Why is
anymore.
it-
What?
I mean, come on, man.
Nick Foles.
But Flacco's not on that list.
Flacco should be on the list. I got
But
my list.
Tebow
Yeah,
isn't
you're right.
on that list?
No, I'd like to have Tebow. Tebow's good as an upgrade from Zach Wilson. Tebow won a playoff game.
God doesn't even know what this list is.
But he was ahead of Tom Brady, who also won a playoff game.
A couple, yeah.
That was literally the most confusing list we've ever done. on
But
this show.
Tebow's got a better shot of
I'm
coming
mad.
back.
Give
I'm
him a
mad.
chance. He's got more
angry.
lyrics.
I'm mad.
I'm
I'm
angry.
angry.
I
at
want to
you.
leave.
got more.
This would have been your day. This
seven.
should be. You should own the sports media landscape right now.
I am. Top 7 guys. I would not want the Jets.
No.
Oh,
No.
fuck you.
No.
No, I'm not allowing it.
Give him
Zach
a chance,
Wilson,
guys.
number
No,
one.
Give him a chance.
No, I'm not giving him a chance. I'm giving him 20 years.
It's
Carson Wentz.
I've given him my prime.
Mitchell Trubisky. I mean,
It's
I am
unbelievable.
considered old.
Ryan Tannehill.
I am not considered a young hotshot. I've given him my prime.
You would take Tim
It's
Tebow
so
or Ryan
bad.
Tannehill.
He's going to end
on
us
this
all.
list.
Oh, you wouldn't?
He's going to end us all. Our careers are going to go into the dumpster. We've got this great chance to be a great company. He's going to end us all.
I am almost ineligible for 40 under 40 lists.
You've given so much of your career.
I've got 2 years to make this happen, and you are not helping.
Cam Newton. Thank you.
I mean, kick the tires.
It hurts so much.
Minshew.
Trade for Heineke. All right, now we're getting
Oh,
a
I
little
like
bit.
Heineke.
Green
Cooking a little
Lizard.
bit now.
The Green Lizard.
But this is the list of people you wouldn't want, you said.
Yeah, but listen, they're all
There
kinds
was
of
a
different
better
leagues.
got these
not
mixed up.
be.
Flexible.
There was a better not be. He said it better not be, and then it just became a list of the ones he wants. What?